Coming up.
Papa me poncho mi yamu poncho. The microfi wa mama send Miss 1,001 madam one over chefu mama papa chefu namba me frawana oko wonfa mponcho wamu my poncho.
Woman from Takoradi narrates how suspected scammers in a Facebook group managed to convince her to transfer 1,100 Ghana cedis to them in exchange for eggs for sale. Information Minister explains how the government is going to tackle the depreciating cedi this week. In court today, the judge said unless there is a delay by the prosecution, there will be no bail for the galamsey queen, Aisha Huang, before trial starts. Also in court, Agradaa has been granted a 150,000 cedis bail with 3 sureties in her second case of charlatanic advertisement. We will also tell you why the Lands Minister wants all excavators to be registered with MMDAs as part of the fight against illegal mining. We will tell you how travelers are reacting to a 20% increase in transport fares by VIP Jeoun and a proposed increase by the GPRTU too. We will also play back what the Ochehene said about those who insult adults and why he thinks they are witches and from villages where they were not brought up well. And we end with President Akufo-Addo's commitment not to reverse free senior high school. Welcome to Graphic Online's News in Brief. We start with this woman from Takoradi who reached out to Graphic Online over the weekend for help following what is suspected to be a scam. According to her, she has joined a Facebook group and met some people who introduced themselves as retailers of table eggs. They managed to convince her to order table eggs from them for resale, and she has since parted with 1,100 Ghana cedis for close to 1 week. No eggs, no refund, and this has resulted in an angry husband sacking her from the house together with her child for recklessness. Her case is an example of how many are still falling victims of online scam on a daily basis.
Papa me poncho mi yamu poncho. The microfi wa mama send Miss 1,001 madam one over chefu mama papa chefu namba.
I saw this product on a Facebook group. I phoned them on the telephone number they advertised and ordered crates of eggs from them. I sent them the money 4 days ago and has still not received the eggs from them. When I called to inquire, they started telling me different stories and kept changing when I was going to receive the eggs. I sent them 1,100 Ghana cedis and has still not received the eggs. It has been 4 days and the eggs are still not in. They are no longer answering my phone calls. I need help. Please help me. These people made me send them 1,100 Ghana cedi. I ordered for eggs from them and never received the eggs. The phone number they gave me is still active. They are no longer answering my phone calls. Because of this 1,100 Ghana cedis I gave them, my husband has sacked me and my child from the house for recklessness. My child may not be able to go to school on Monday if I don't get back the money. I have reported the number at the MTN office. I have been told they have withdrawn the money and that they withdrew it the same day I sent it.
From the suspected online scam story, we bring you to Accra. Kojo Nkrumah, the Minister of Information, has been explaining what the Bank of Ghana and the government would be doing this week to help stabilize the depreciation cedi. The moves, including a series of discussions between the Bank of Ghana and the leadership of universal banks and Forex Bureau associations, will start on Tuesday.
This week, as we are coming to the end of the third quarter period, going into the final quarter fully, tomorrow morning, for example, the central bank, the Bank of Ghana, will be meeting the managing directors of some of the banks and the heads of, I think, the Forex Bureau associations for a series of discussions aimed at ensuring that the supply of Forex onto the Forex markets is stabilized and the overpricing is also halted, and that people who need access to forex for legitimate transactions can get same without hindrance in the banking halls and at the forex bureaus, as against on the black market or using some rates coming from some other quarters. They'll also be looking at, I think, some of the longer lasting measures to ensure that forex trade is stabilized in this country, even as we expect a lot more inflow of forex following the completion of the syndication of the cocoa board transaction. My understanding is that later this week as well, the economic management team, I think today, the economic management team is also meeting to apprise itself of the latest numbers as have been put together and some of the recommendations as we get into the final part of the year. And then from Thursday, Cabinet itself will be meeting. I think Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Cabinet itself will be meeting. The President will be in the chair to receive what has gone through the EMT and also to receive the update from the IMF negotiations so that some decisions can be made. And then subsequently, he can then update the nation on the next steps forward.
We take you to the court where two public interest cases came up at the Accra High Court and the Accra Circuit Court today.
At the Accra High Court, where the case of the galamsey queen Aisha Huang came up, the judge said unless there is a delay by the prosecution, there will be no bail for Aisha Huang before trial starts. In affirming its stance not to grant bail to alleged Chinese galamsey kingpin Eng Huang, otherwise known as Aisha Huang, the presiding judge, Justice Lydia Osei-Mafo, said unless there was undue delay in the trial, there will be no basis to grant Aisha bail. At Monday's hearing, lawyer for Aisha, Captain Krabia Efadate, wanted to move a fresh bail application for his client. That was after a Deputy Attorney General Alfred Tia Yeboah informed the court that his outfit was now filing disclosures as directed by the court for pre-trial to begin. Mr. Efadate then told the court that the submission by the Deputy AG meant the prosecution had not complied with the court orders for the disclosures to be filed for pre-trial to start today. Justice Mafo, however, told counsel that she would not change her stance not to grant bail to Aisha because there had not been any undue delay in the trial. Hearing continues on November 2nd, 2022 for pre-trial. The Deputy AG gave the following briefing to the press after the court sitting.
If you are prosecuting a case like what we have at the moment, you need to dot the I's, cross the T's, make sure all the documents are made available to counsel on the other side. That's what we've done. So on the next agenda, definitely we are going to move on. Earlier, we filed some witness statements. So the new ones that we can file, we've incorporated the old ones into them. So on the next agenda, it's a matter of just withdrawing the old one, and then we have this full complement of the witness statement.
Also in court, Nana Agradaa has been granted a 150,000 cedis bail with 3 sureties in a second case of charlatanic advertisement at the Accra Circuit Court.
She is expected to be released on bail after meeting the conditions set by the court presided over by Evelyn Asamoah. Agradaa has pleaded not guilty to 1 count of charlatanic advertisement and 5 counts of defrauding by false pretense. As part of the bail conditions, the accused is to provide 3 sureties, out of whom 1 must be justified with a title deed. She is also to deposit her passport at the court registry. Meanwhile, in another count of charlatanic advertisement and 6 counts of defrauding by false pretense before another circuit court presided over by Samuel Bright Aqua, she has been admitted to bail in the sum of 50,000 Ghana cedis with 3 sureties after pleading not guilty to the charges.
From the court, we take you to the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, where the sector minister Samuel Abujinapo has directed owners and users of excavators to register their equipment with the Metropolitan, Municipal and District Assemblies within their jurisdiction, latest by November 2nd.
The measure is part of a raft of measures the government is taking to halt illegal mining activities popularly called galamsey. In a press statement issued today, Mr. Jinapo asked the MMDAs to ensure that owners of excavators disclosed the purpose for acquisition of the machines before they were registered. An owner, operator, and/or user of an excavator shall at the time of registration specify the purpose for which the excavator is being used or to be used and the area where the excavator is being used or will be used, as the case may be, he said.
In the transport sector, the Ghana Private Road Transport Union is planning to increase fares following an increase in fuel prices. Already, the management of VIP Jeoun has increased fares by 20%, and this has caused some discomfort to travelers as the changes came into effect today. We play for you the explanation of Adakabre Frimpong Manso, MD of VIP, on why they increased the fares and some reactions from travelers.
That is the in and out from Kumasi. The same 200 liters now is 3,190. So there is a difference of almost 500 cedis that's been added to it. So given the old figures we were charging, it became abundantly clear that we were unable to sustain our business if we did not take immediate action. So by the resolution of directors, I was mandated to come out with a figure that could really get us going. So I ran with a team on an approximate of 20% rise. And that is about the basis of the new increases that has come about.
From Chibi, the Ochihene Osajefo Amwetia of Oripeni addresses the congregation of the St. Mark Anglican Church on Sunday and had some advice, especially for the youth who have been insulting the elderly. He indicated that witches, those who were not properly trained at home and from villages, are the ones who insult the elderly.
Yati 2 years, unye penny. Yati 250 asori moi, unye penny. Senye se kwasi na wo obaifo. Ebisa mi nim adia papa no a yaka wiase fa na nyina obi yaka. Onyame no hira he no de we mai.
And before we go, we play back President Akufo-Addo's commitment to the free SHS policy and his insistence not to reverse it. He spoke with Nkoko-based Republic Radio at the start of his Eastern Regional tour at the weekend.
Yes, so I have to confess my instinct, my attitude, which is that when I hear the word review, I hesitate. Because first people that can't see any review are the people who oppose the policy in the first place. And this will be our no policy na eba no pay. Next say okay say can see review. And what I understand is that is to review to reverse the policy. Okay, other people have entered the discussion who have said yes, it's a good idea, but this and that. But the two fundamental thrusts of the policy. One was to expand access. That has been, dramatically achieved. The other was to improve quality outcomes of education.
Thanks for watching. For more news, please visit our website graphic.com.gh or follow us on Facebook at Daily Graphic and on YouTube and Twitter at GraphicGH. I am Juliet Echan Safo.
Subscribe now.